You walk into a room full of strangers, and within 30 seconds, people have already decided if they like you, trust you, or want to avoid you. I used to freeze in those moments, awkward, unsure, overanalyzing everything I said. But then I learned something powerful. Those first seconds aren't about perfection, they're about presence. In this video, I'll share Mel Robbins' science-backed strategy to build real rapport fast so you can connect deeply and confidently with anyone you meet. Let me hit you with a truth bomb. Your brain decides if someone's trustworthy in just 100 milliseconds. That's faster than a blink. Mel Robbins learned that this split-second judgment is based on subtle cues like your energy, tone, and eye contact. But here's the magic. Once you know what your brain's scanning for, you can control it. Shift your focus. Don't try to impress. Just make people feel safe and seen. That's the real superpower. Mel Robbins, who went from feeling socially invisible to mastering the art of connection, identified 4 critical elements that create instant rapport. I've used these principles myself and taught them to thousands of people, and the results are consistently remarkable. Pillar 1, proximity, getting physically closer. The first pillar might seem almost too basic, but it's incredibly powerful: proximity. Mel Robbins emphasizes that just being physically near someone you want to connect with can dramatically boost your chances of forming a bond. Science backs this up. It takes around 50 hours of interaction to become casual friends and roughly 200 hours to build a close friendship. But here's the twist. Those hours only matter if you're physically present. I used to make the rookie mistake of hanging back at events, thinking connection would just happen. It didn't. The moment I started intentionally placing myself near people I admired, without being awkward or intrusive, everything shifted. Small conversations sparked, eye contact became natural, bonds formed faster. It's not manipulation, it's mindful presence. Mini action. At your next event, spot someone you'd love to connect with. Then subtly find a shared moment, like grabbing coffee or standing nearby, to naturally initiate that first spark. Pillar 2, similarities. The instant click generator. The second pillar is all about discovering common ground, and this is where real connection sparks. Our brains are wired to trust people who seem similar to us. It's a primal, hard-coded instinct. Similarity feels safe. But here's where most people miss the mark. They wait passively for those similarities to surface. Mel Robbins flips the script. She teaches you to initiate the discovery. Within the first minute of any conversation, ask open-ended questions like, "What brings you here tonight?" Or, "What's been the highlight of your week?" These aren't small talk, they're gateways. I remember meeting Sarah at a conference. Instead of the usual, "What do you do?" I asked, "What's got you most excited to be here today?" We quickly discovered a shared obsession with behavioral psychology. That one connection point led to a long-lasting professional relationship. Keep a mental list of 3 broad topics that genuinely interest you: travel, books, food, fitness, anything. They make it easier to find shared ground with almost anyone. Pillar 3, physical touch. The trust accelerator. The third pillar, appropriate physical touch, is one of the most powerful yet most misunderstood tools for building rapport. And no, we're not talking about anything awkward or intrusive. Science shows that even small, respectful gestures, a quick handshake, a light touch on the arm, or natural eye contact, can trigger oxytocin, the hormone responsible for bonding and trust. These subtle signals tell the other person, "I see you, I respect you, and I'm present with you." Eye contact, in particular, is huge. Holding someone's gaze for about 3 seconds at a time makes you appear more confident, more trustworthy, and more engaged. It signals sincerity. On the flip side, if you constantly avoid eye contact, people may interpret that as nervousness, or worse, dishonesty. The handshake is another underrated cue. A firm but not overpowering grip immediately conveys presence. It's not about dominance, It's about energy alignment. This week, try observing your natural tendencies. Are you holding eye contact comfortably? Practice 3-second intervals during casual chats to sharpen this skill. Pillar 4. Vulnerability, the connection catalyst. The fourth pillar, vulnerability, is what takes connection from polite to powerful. Mel Robbins found that when you drop the mask and show just a little bit of your real self, people lean in. And no, this isn't about dumping your life story on a stranger. It's about being real instead of robotic. Research from the University of Mannheim uncovered something called the beautiful mess effect. We see vulnerability in others as authentic and endearing, even though we're often afraid to show it ourselves. I used to think being taken seriously meant always being polished and in control. But the truth? Letting someone see a small crack in the armor builds trust faster than perfection ever could. I once responded to a "How are you?" with "Honestly, I'm a little nervous about this presentation, but I'm excited to share something meaningful." That moment opened the door to a more honest human conversation. Next time someone asks how you're doing, skip the scripted "fine." Say something true, even if it's simple, like "I'm a little tired, but really looking forward to the weekend," or "I'm feeling grateful today." Those small moments of honesty invite others to be real with you too. Now let me share something that will blow your mind about how quickly trust forms. Your brain has specialized neurons called mirror neurons that fire both when you perform an action and when you observe someone else performing the same action. These neurons are like your brain's built-in empathy engine. They allow you to emotionally resonate with others by mirroring their internal state without even realizing it. This is one reason why the technique of mirroring, subtly matching someone's tone, energy, or body language, is so powerful. When done naturally, it makes people feel seen, safe, and understood. If they're calm and slow-paced, slowing your own pace helps them relax. If they're upbeat and animated, matching that energy builds immediate comfort. But this only works when it feels real. I learned this the hard way when I tried mimicking someone's gestures too literally. It came off robotic. The key is syncing with their vibe, not copying their every move. Now, layer that with Albert Mehrabian's 738-55 rule. It states that only 7% of communication impact comes from the words we say. A massive 38% is from tone of voice, and 55% from body language. That means your energy, expressions, and vocal tone are far more powerful than the cleverest sentence. A warm tone and confident posture can do more in a few seconds than a perfectly rehearsed line. Now that you understand the science, let's get practical. Your first words matter, but not because of what you say about yourself. Mel Robbins teaches that the best openers focus on them. Lead with genuine interest, not credentials. Try, "What's been your favorite part of the event so far?" Or, "I had to say, your jacket is incredible." These lines make people feel seen. Practice using one this week and watch how quickly walls come down when the spotlight's not on you. The first 30 seconds, your moment-by-moment game plan. Let me walk you through exactly what those critical 30 seconds should look like, based on Mel Robbins' strategy and the latest psychological research. In the first 5 seconds, as you approach someone, take a breath and remind yourself, your goal isn't to impress. It's to make them feel at ease. Keep your body language open, shoulders relaxed, and hands visible. Walk with quiet confidence and offer a genuine smile. This instantly signals warmth and safety to the other person's brain. From seconds 6 to 10, make friendly eye contact and offer a handshake that matches their energy. Speak with a warm, steady tone and lead with a conversation starter that focuses on them or invites shared experience. Between seconds 11 and 20, ask a simple, open-ended question. Show real interest. Listen with your whole body. Lean in slightly, nod, and make eye contact. Finally, from seconds 21 to 30, connect. React to something they've said. Compliment their insight. Share a small, relatable thought or experience. That small moment of humanity is what flips casual to memorable. Try this out in everyday settings where the stakes are low. The more you practice these micro skills, the more automatic and powerful they become when it really counts. Here's a small habit with huge impact: using someone's name. It lights up their brain and makes them feel seen. When you hear a name, repeat it right away with eye contact. Sarah, it's great to meet you. That moment builds connection, boosts recall, and shows attention. Then, naturally use their name once more during the chat to make things feel personal and meaningful. Advanced rapport techniques, going beyond the basics. Once you've mastered the fundamentals, here are some advanced techniques that separate good connectors from extraordinary ones. The compliment formula. Instead of generic compliments like "nice shirt," be specific and focus on choices or qualities. I love how you explained that concept. You have a gift for making complex ideas accessible. Or, your enthusiasm for this project is really infectious. Specific compliments show you're paying attention and observing their unique qualities. The curiosity hook. After someone shares something with you, resist the urge to immediately share your own related story. Instead, ask a follow-up question that shows genuine curiosity. What got you interested in that? Or, how did that experience change your perspective? This shows you value their thoughts enough to want to understand them more deeply. The emotional mirror. Pay attention to the emotional undertone of what someone is sharing and reflect it appropriately. If they're excited about something, let their enthusiasm energize you. If they're sharing a challenge, show empathy in your voice and expression. This emotional matching creates deep rapport quickly. Advanced practice challenge. For 1 week, focus on one advanced technique per day. Monday, specific compliments. Tuesday, curiosity hooks. Wednesday, emotional mirroring. Notice which feels most natural to you and which creates the strongest responses. Even with the best intentions, certain habits can sabotage rapport before it even begins. I've made these mistakes myself, so I know how easy they are to slip into and how powerful it is to fix them. One big one is the interview trap, firing off question after question without sharing anything about yourself. It makes people feel interrogated. Balance it by offering a quick personal comment after you ask. Then there's the one-upper, someone who always responds with a better story. Instead, acknowledge their moment before sharing yours. And phone checking, glancing at your phone, even for a second, screams disinterest. Keep it out of sight. Finally, be mindful of space. Standing too close invades privacy. Too far feels cold. Aim for a comfortable 18 to 24 inches. Try avoiding just one of these all week. You'll feel the difference instantly. Here's where Mel Robbins' 5-second rule can completely change how you build rapport. You know those moments when you feel the urge to say something? Maybe a compliment, a question, or just a hello? But you hesitate? That hesitation kills the vibe. Robbins discovered we have just 5 seconds between feeling that social impulse and our brain talking us out of it. Wait too long, and you start second-guessing, overthinking, assuming rejection, and the moment is gone. So what do? You act before that window closes. Feel the urge, count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. I've used this myself when I want to talk to someone new or share something personal. It works. It gets you out of your head and into real connection. But here's the secret sauce people overlook: your energy. Before you even say a word, people pick up on how you feel. Nervous energy can make others uneasy, but if you channel that nervousness into curiosity, the whole tone changes. Instead of thinking, "I hope they like me," think, "I wonder what lights this person up." Nervousness and excitement feel almost the same physically, so reframe the feeling. Say, "I'm excited to meet them." That simple switch makes connection feel natural, even magical. Building rapport in 30 seconds is just the start. What truly makes that connection last is how you follow up. Mel Robbins calls it the 24-hour rule. Reach out within a day of meeting someone and reference something specific from your chat. It shows you were really listening. Something like, "Hey Sarah, I loved our convo on sustainable design. Here's that green building project I mentioned." Then comes the commonality follow-up. If you both love hiking, suggest a trail. Shared interests become the bridge between small talk and real connection. And don't forget the value-add approach. Think about what you can offer. An intro to someone helpful, a useful article, or even just showing up as a great listener. Too many people spark a great conversation, then let it fizzle. Don't be one of them. This month, for every new connection, commit to one thoughtful follow-up. That's how rapport turns into real relationships. In today's digital-first world, building rapport takes a slightly different form, but it's just as crucial. On video calls, eye contact means looking into the camera, not at the screen. Good lighting and a clean background help others focus on you, not distractions. Those first 30 seconds, they matter even more virtually because people are subconsciously managing both your image and their own. Your digital body language also speaks volumes. Responding to messages promptly, using a warm tone in emails, and showing thoughtful presence on social media all build your connection equity. In virtual networking rooms, you have to be intentional. Invite others to speak, nod, and use verbal affirmations since physical cues are limited. What most people miss is that rapport building is like compound interest. Every genuine 30-second moment stacks up. Over time, you're seen as someone who makes others feel heard and valued. That creates a ripple effect. Your name comes up in rooms you're not in because people remember how you made them feel. That's the secret to long-term connection success. Building rapport across cultures takes genuine curiosity and adaptability. While kindness and active listening are universal, how they're expressed differs globally. Start by observing cues, like eye contact, tone, and boundaries, then mirror respectfully. Let go of performing and focus on connection. Even a brief, warm interaction can create a ripple effect, uplifting others and reminding them they matter. That's the real power of rapport. Your 30-day transformation plan. Here's your 4-week roadmap to mastering rapport, connection, and charisma, step by step. Week 1 is all about laying the foundation. Start by using Mel Robbins' 5-second rule. If you feel the impulse to speak or connect, act on it within 5 seconds before doubt creeps in. Practice holding eye contact a bit longer than usual and offer genuine smiles. It's simple but powerful. Make it a habit to use people's names when you talk to them. It personalizes the moment. Then, cycle through Tony Robbins' 4 pillars of rapport each day, matching, mirroring, pacing, and leading, to get comfortable with them in real-life settings. Week 2 takes things up a notch. Begin giving specific, sincere compliments and sprinkle in curiosity hooks. Questions that invite storytelling, not just yes-no answers. Match the energy of those you're interacting with. Don't overdo it, just find their pace. Practice active listening. Don't plan your response while they're talking. And follow the 24-hour rule. Send a follow-up text or message within a day of meeting someone to build continuity. Week 3 is all about context. Use everything you've learned in professional settings, like meetings or networking events. Try building rapport over Zoom or phone calls too. Focus on understanding different communication styles and adjusting without losing your authenticity. Lean into being a little more vulnerable to build trust. Week 4 is your integration phase. Combine the techniques until they flow naturally. Pay attention to the energy and intent behind your interactions. Learn to recover from awkwardness with humor or grace. Finally, reflect on how far you've come and map out your next steps. After years of teaching this, I've realized rapport isn't about saying the right thing. It's about making someone feel truly seen. The moment you stop obsessing over how you're coming off and instead tune in to how the other person feels with you, everything changes. You listen deeper, You ask better questions. You become genuinely present. That's where connection lives. Mel Robbins' 5-second rule works socially, not because it's some gimmick, but because it stops fear and lets your true impulse to connect come through. So here's your challenge. In your next real-life conversation, count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then lead with presence, not performance. Just 30 seconds of focused connection can spark a bond that lasts for years. If this resonated, like, share, and pass it on. Someone you know might need this today.